I knew that the first time I saw on TV in the United States far leftist filth tear down statues, I'd have to make this video. That day has come now. They want to take down a statue of H.P. Lovecraft. Let's get into it. The Providence Atheneum in Providence, Rhode Island, is a very old library. Very old. Lovecraft was alive when it was there, and he used to go there often. Yeah, he loved it. You know how much Lovecraft used to read, how much he loved literature and books. So it used to be his hangout. He used to go there. And because of that, they erected a bust. I guess you could call it a bust or a statue. Anyway, I'm going to call it a statue. In his honor, because he went there so often. Now they want to tear it down because Lovecraft is problematic, and everything that's problematic must be destroyed in this cultural revolution, in this cold civil war that is happening in the United States and, in a bigger picture, the Western world. They want to tear it down. The Providence Atheneum is one of the go-to spots for Lovecraft tourists, along with the John Hay Library, which also has a monument to Lovecraft. The Van Winkle Gates, also a very popular spot for people to visit. Lovecraft's houses, his grave, obviously. All these places. And the Atheneum is one of the go-to spots for Lovecraft tourists. Sadly, I never got to see it because I only had 2 full days in Providence, sadly. But maybe now I'll never get to see it. My goal, because this is a tourist spot for Lovecraft fans, is that you watching, I don't care where you're from, whether you're from Singapore, Guyana, India, China, wherever, I don't give a damn. You contact these people politely and you say, I don't want the statue torn down. Lovecraft means a lot to us Lovecraftians. Don't do it. You know? I'm hoping that I can convince you guys to do this. I've actually written a letter myself, and I'm going to send it as soon as I find the address to do it. And, yeah. So anyway, basically, you know, if you haven't been living under a rock, you know what's happening in the United States. And that now there's a cultural revolution happening, a left-wing cultural revolution, basically a light version for now of what happened in China in the 67, I think it was. They want to take down a statue of Lovecraft because he's racist, problematic, xenophobic, sexist, racist, blah, 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 all this shit. That's why they want to take it down. The executive director of the Providence Atheneum released this statement. He says, "We are definitely working on the Lovecraft bust as a part of a larger look at our entire public art collection. We recognize the deeply problematic nature of Lovecraft's views and writings, and have for some time. We must tell the truth and use the resources we have to educate ourselves and the public about the past," said Matt Burieski. I think that's how you say his name. Sounds Italian-American. What you see here is a weak, pathetic little man who is either A, scared that if he doesn't bend the knee to these domestic terrorists who are tearing down statues, that they will come for him and the Atheneum, or he's in agreement with them. But I wonder, how many years has that statue been there? And this person, this executive director, has had no problem with Lovecraft being there. Hell, he probably loved the tourism. Loved the tourism. People coming all around the world to come stand and take a photo with a statue. I know some of you watching have had your photos taken with the statue. And how important this is to Lovecraft fans. But I think back then he didn't give a damn. He liked that tourism, right? Probably made the Atheneum a little bit more of a tourist attraction. Made it stand out in Providence. You know? And it's not like Lovecraft's views are, you know, some secret stuff like, oh, just breaking news, Lovecraft didn't really like having, you know, Red Hook flooded with non-Anglo-Saxons. This is well documented, Lovecraft's views on race and religion and all these sorts of stuff. But that wasn't problematic then, was it, Mr. Executive Director, back in the day? No. It's only now that they're at your doorstep, calling for Lovecraft to be taken down, that you say, yes, I'm going to bend the knee, I'm going to raise my fist in solidarity and going to be a good ally, a good goy, a good boy, and just do what you say. Bending the knee to terrorists, when did that ever work? What does that bring? It's like appeasing the crocodile and hoping that he eats you last, you know? You just feed the crocodile, keep feeding him, and then he's not going to eat you. That's what it is. You're a weak man. You're not standing up. You are the executive director. Surely you have some fucking say in what happens to the statue. I really don't know what more to say. I just wanted to bring this to light, to make this known to you guys. I made a post about it. It got a lot of likes and comments, but I felt like that wasn't enough. I wanted to use this channel to bring this issue to your eyes, to your ears. This is not really going to be an article discussion, as I said. The article is just basically whining that Lovecraft, you know, the usual shit that you see in these articles. It's just all of that. But as I said, I'll leave an archived link down below in the video description if you want to read it. It's really, you're not missing anything. I just wanted to talk about the statement and to talk about how if you just bend the knee to this mob, there is nothing that they won't want to destroy and change. And just appeasing them is not going to solve the issue in the end. Only if you stand up and you say, no, fuck you, no. Only then do you have a chance of actually surviving. Cowering like a little bitch is not going to get you anywhere. And it's really sad because in this culture war, and believe me, it is a culture war. It's a cold civil war, I guess you can call it. That's happening in the United States and the West in general. How long, you see, this statue goes down. What comes next? How about the plaque? What do you call that? A plaque? The plate outside the John Hay Library. I personally saw that, you know. All about Lovecraft there as a tribute to him. How long until that one comes down? You see, you bend the knee, and then they'll say, oh, we got what we wanted. We took down that vile racist Lovecraft. We took down that statue. Oh, what's this outside the John Hay Library? That one needs to go too. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it was vandalized or something and we just didn't hear about it. How about the H.P. Lovecraft Memorial Square, which it's the intersection of Angell Street and College Street, I think. I could be wrong, but I saw that as well. It's H.P. Lovecraft Memorial Square. How long before that needs to go? How long until, I don't know, this is maybe a bit extreme, but it wouldn't be the first time that leftists in a revolution have dug up graves to re-execute problematic people. How long until they decide to move his grave to somewhere less problematic, out of the way? You know, maybe they can put him down behind the potting shed. How long until that? When's the next step? The next. Because he had problematic views. He didn't have the views which align with today's politics. He didn't hurt anyone. He never called for anyone's death. He never called for holocausts or massacres or genocides. He never hurt anyone. He had opinions. And the world I want to live in is that you can have any opinion you want, and you should be free to express it. And you want me to condemn Lovecraft for this? I'm not saying you, the viewer. I know what side you guys are usually on. But I'm talking about you, this pathetic cuck who wants to take down the statue, or the people who find him problematic, or saying that we need to compromise, you know. Oh, we only take down half the statue. Shit like this. The article does go on to further state that the Atheneum said it does not know how the Lovecraft bust will be presented in the future when they reopen. This little wanker here further says, I don't know yet. There's an opportunity to reframe it, to tell an honest story about it. What honest story? It's a bust. It's a statue of a man. That's it. To use it to explain much about our culture. So basically that means, we're going to have him in a case, you know. We're going to put a nice plexiglass thing around it, and then we're going to have a paragraph under there about how he was a terrible racist and a scumbag and literally Hitler. And, oh yeah, by the way, he also wrote some stories, and that's it. That's how they're going to explain it. On the other hand, the article goes on, simply displaying it at all, however we contextualize it, could be unjust. How's it unjust? You're just displaying it. How much tourism do you think the Atheneum gets? Now, how much tourism do you think it gets without Lovecraft? I guarantee you that fucking number is going to drop right down if you take away this famous statue that is famous to Lovecraftians. I have got nothing more to say, guys. You don't need to hear all this. I just felt like this was necessary to make, and I'm so fucking tired of... I was just talking to someone on my Instagram, and he was saying, literally, I'm so fucking tired of this culture war. I'm tired of all this shit. Tired, and I could hear it in his voice, man. I'm not even American, man. I don't live there. I was there for like 3 days, but I'm tired of it too. Tired of how it's just turning to shit there. You know, what happens there affects the whole world eventually. It definitely bleeds out over into Europe. I'm fucking tired of it. It's demotivating, you know. I can't imagine how it is for you guys. I really can't. So that's all I really wanted to say. Yeah. I'm going to leave the links down in the below. You can check them out, relevant to the article if you want to read. If I find an email or something where you can contact the Atheneum directly, I'll leave that down there. And I really hope that I've motivated you to even just write a paragraph, say where you're from, say how much Lovecraft means to you, and implore them not to take it down. Say, don't take this down. It's important to us. You know? But be polite about it. I don't want to get banned off of YouTube for inciting violence against this little prick executive director there who doesn't have a backbone. Anyway, guys. Yeah, that's all I have to say, man. I hope everyone's well. I'll see you in the next video when I upload. Cheers.